Welcome behind the paywall, patreon.com/Blink-155. You already know that because you typed it in because you're listening to this shit, except this part is also through the regular channel. So I'm already falling apart here because I'm so nervous to finally talk to our guest who we've crossed paths so many times and twice, and I didn't even remember, and we've apparently been snobs to each other, which I do believe about myself for sure. But welcome, finally on mic, huge part of pod history, Fiona Schick. What's up?
Hi, not much. Hello. Happy to be here.
So you're currently I'm walking here over in New York City.
I am walking over here. Mm-hmm.
But, well, first of all, what borough do you live in?
I live in Brooklyn. I live in the Crown Heights neighborhood. Yeah, it's okay. I feel like kind of embarrassed every time like I like talk about living in New York because it's like not really like I like chose to come here like because it's New York, and I don't think that I'm like cooler than anybody, or even that it's like really that cool to live here. It's like very expensive. So it's like maybe cool if you're rich, but I came here for school. So
right, which we'll get to in a second. But I agree. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Like in the last few years, it used to be that like New York was the coolest thing ever, and then you read shit online where it's like New York is the only place where anything's going on. But now New York's hilarious, and I just think of people like grabbing a slice, but like in a fun, like it's just everything about New York stereotypes is very funny.
Yeah, New York stereotypes are very funny, but like the majority of people who I feel like who live in New York, like just like aren't from like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I have like friends, like my friend Keppers who like listens to the pod, and he grew up in New York, and like, I don't know, like just like when you walk around most people, you're like, okay, like I feel like most of these people are just like, I don't know, kind of just like annoying people who like moved here, which I'm one of those people. So it's like, you know, I feel like conflicted, you know, but like, yeah,
that's sick though.
It doesn't feel like I'm like part of living somewhere like exciting. It feels like I'm like living somewhere fucked.
Right. And so you're originally from Victoria, is that right?
I was actually born in Edmonton, Alberta, and I lived there for 7 years before I moved to Victoria. My mom's from there, so she like wanted to go back. So yeah, I'm an Albertan at heart.
Damn, that sucks. Okay, well, but I want to get into like our almost beef in a second, but first the reason you're here is because you are the PhilosoFifi of the pod. Yeah. I'm going to call you right now.
Okay, perfect.
Is that allowed? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's totally okay. Yeah.
So you're in New York because of philosophy.
I am. Yeah, I am here because I came to do my PhD at the City University of New York Graduate Center.
Damn.
Yeah. That's exactly why I'm here.
So I believe PhD stands for pretty huge deal, and that's why we have you here. So
does.
Basically the whole thing is that like you've been listening to the pod. I don't even know how we'll talk about that in a second, but I'm just doing the part that I can cut and show people, and they'll be like, "Ooh, I want to hear more." So basically what we're going to talk about today is like philosophy and how it relates to Blink-182 and how it relates to the pod, because you've kind of just been like, I feel like you've been experiencing the pod on a much deeper, like metaphysical level than I understand.
Yeah. I think like things will be mentioned very briefly, and I'll feel like there's like so much more like meaning and significance to them than other people. And like, especially, I mean, the meme stuff, people have been dissing like the meme talk on the Facebook group, which like I find to be like personally very stimulating and very philosophical. So yeah, I feel like my experience, my pod phenomenology is very different.
So we're going to like dig into the philosophy of the pod. Everyone's going to be way smarter having listened to this. Probably also because we finally have a female voice after a long time of just like grunting idiots. So
I didn't really think about that.
That will help. So if you want to hear the rest of it, then go to the Patreon that I mentioned, or you're already there and then it's not going to end right now.